What's up, everybody, and welcome to F1 Blogs on YouTube. Are you ready for another deep dive?
Always ready.
All right, let's do it. Today, we are heading straight into the world of Aston Martin and their Formula One ambitions.
Sounds exciting.
It is, especially with the trio of Fernando Alonso, Lawrence Stroll, and the legendary designer Adrian Newey all involved. We're going to be breaking down some insights from former F1 champ Jacques Villeneuve.
Oh, Villeneuve always has something interesting to say.
He does, and he's got some bold predictions for Aston Martin's future, so let's jump right in.
Okay, let's hear it.
All right, so Villeneuve really dives deep. He doesn't just analyze the current situation.
Yeah.
He tries to unravel the driving motivations behind these key players at Aston Martin.
I like that. Get into the psychology a little bit.
Exactly. So he paints this picture of Lawrence Stroll as a man on a mission.
Okay.
He sees all these massive investments Stroll is making, the
Right.
state-of-the-art factory, the recruitment drive, everything.
Yeah, they've been spending a lot of money.
And Villeneuve thinks it's all geared towards one very specific goal, making his son, Lance Stroll, a world champion.
Interesting. A father's ambition, huh? I mean, you got to admire the dedication.
For sure. And that factory, oh man, it's a game changer.
What do they got there?
Cutting-edge wind tunnels for aerodynamic testing, advanced simulators to replicate race conditions,
Wow.
top-of-the-line manufacturing facilities, the whole 9 yards. It's all designed to help Aston Martin compete with the big boys, like Red Bull and Ferrari.
So they're really serious about this.
Dead serious. But as Villeneuve points out, it all comes down to one question.
What's that?
Can Lance Stroll actually reach the top? Is this just a father's dream? Or can he really become an F1 champion?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? It's sparking a lot of debate amongst the fans.
Oh, absolutely. And to make things even more interesting, Villeneuve throws another factor into the mix. Fernando Alonso.
Ah, yes. The two-time world champion.
Yep. And Villeneuve sees him as the key to Aston Martin's success in the short term, like over the next couple of years.
Yep.
But what's fascinating is that even Alonso himself has admitted that Lance is the future of the team.
That's interesting. So you've got this kind of double dynamic.
Right.
You have a proven champion who is still hungry for wins, and you have the young driver with a lot to prove and who happens to be the son of the owner.
Exactly. It makes you wonder, how do you manage those priorities?
Yeah, it's a tough one.
Yeah.
On one hand, you want to capitalize on Alonso's experience, but on the other hand, you need to give Lance the space to develop.
And could Alonso, with his competitive drive, actually hinder Lance's progress? I mean, the guy's a legend. Could Lance feel too much pressure to live up to that?
It's possible. It's
Right.
that classic dilemma of youth versus experience. Is Alonso going to be a mentor or a roadblock? It'll be really interesting to see how that plays out.
Oh, for sure. Now let's talk about Adrian Newey.
Ah, the mastermind.
Exactly. And Villeneuve says that even a genius like Newey needs the right driver to really make the most of his cars.
Yeah, that makes sense. You need someone who can give the right feedback, push the car to its limits.
Totally. And if you look at Newey's history, it's full of these incredible partnerships with drivers like Sebastian Vettel at Red Bull.
Right.
And of course, Max Verstappen, who's dominating right now.
It's not just about the car. It's about the connection between the driver and the designer, the trust they have.
Exactly. Villeneuve seems pretty confident that Newey will deliver a competitive car for Aston Martin, maybe even a championship winner.
I could see that happening.
But he stresses the importance of having that right driver.
Yeah.
Someone who can give that specific feedback and development input that Newey needs to work his magic.
What would make a driver the right fit for Newey, in your opinion?
Well, it's not just about raw speed. You need someone who understands the technical nuances of the car, who can articulate their feedback clearly, and whose driving style complements Newey's design philosophy. Like a driver who brakes late and turns in sharply, they might do really well in a Newey car known for its handling.
Right. But a driver with a smoother, more flowing style, they might struggle.
Exactly. So when you put it all together, Aston Martin's future is looking pretty fascinating.
Yeah, it is. You've got Stroll's ambition, Alonso's immediate impact, Newey's brilliance, and right at the center of it all is Lance Stroll.
And the big question, can he become world champion?
It's a story with so many possibilities and some potential conflicts, too. It makes you wonder, like Villeneuve said, whether Alonso's presence will help or hinder Lance's development.
Good question. Could Alonso be the mentor that elevates Lance to a championship level? Or will their contrasting styles and ambitions cause friction? Only time will tell.
Couldn't have said it better myself. This is going to be an exciting season for sure.
It is. All right, everyone, thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the future of Aston Martin. And hey, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more in-depth Formula One analysis, and be sure to share this video with your fellow motorsport fans.
See you next time.
Later.